Hello, welcome fans to tonight's District 3 playoff game matchup between Big Springs and West York. This is your commentator, Dude Jones. I'll be momentarily followed by Brandy Shope in a few minutes when she arrives. I want to thank all the fans for tuning in tonight for this great matchup between West York, your county champs, the YIAA Boys County champs, West York Bulldogs versus Big Spring Bulldogs. Now, both Bulldogs on both sides, but only one Bulldog come out here tonight with the win. And I know a lot of the home fans from York County want to see West York with that win. Gonna give you guys some little bit of tidbits on tonight's game. Big Spring is 14-7 overall and 8-6 in the Mid-Pang Colonial League. The last loss was against Shippensburg, 81-45. I know they are desperately looking to bounce back after that ugly loss. And Bowling Spring is at the top of their division. Overall, Big Spring averages Well, I'll take a break real quick. And they were just giving us a quick introduction on the loudspeaker inside the gym, so I took a pause. But overall, Big Spring averages 55 points per game, while West York averages 63 points per game. Both teams are credited with playing really good team ball, and all players can play big in games like this. West York may have the experience edge with a senior-heavy team, but Big Spring isn't a pushover and looking to prove a point in District 3. Again, West York's last win was against Eastern York in the county championship, 56-45. They were led by our players of the game, A.J. Williams and Jaden Walker, who combined for over 30 points in that contest. West York had an excellent season, with their only losses coming to Littlestown and Susquehanna. Because of that excellent season, West York is hosting a District 3 basketball game at their home, as you can see here tonight. And right now, some of the fans are clapping it up for the Big Spring Bulldogs as they're introducing their starting lineup. Also want to add Matthew Ward, number 2 for Big Spring, is their all-time leading scorer. He has over 1,500 points, and he's an all-time three-point shot maker. So to keep an eye on number 2, Matthew Ward for Big Spring Bulldogs. Big Spring is coached by Jason Creek, assistant coach Austin Myers and Devin Whitfield. And again, Big Springs is a 5A team. And as you can see, West York is being introduced. Jaden Walker, the engine that really makes that team for West York go. Really good, stout point guard, knows how to score, has good patience and composure on the court. And that rendition was done by West York student body as a collective. And they did an excellent job. Great way of getting this game started. Again, the District 3 matchup between Big Spring Bulldogs versus the West York Bulldogs. West York comes in just winning that county championship, YIAA county championship, just a few days ago. So, they celebrated. Now they're back to business on their home court. They're hosting a district game, and they're loud and excited here tonight. West York also has their mascot out in full costume, and he's really hyped up on the side of the court. Again, for Big Springs, you want to keep an eye on Matthew Ward. He's the career all-time leading scorer with over 1,500 points and the all-time three-point shot maker. And we're off. West York has the ball. Jaden Walker at the top of the key. And the JaVale Powell kick out. A.J. Williams, one of our player of the game. Really good, solid big man. Can bang down low and also knock down free throws when needed. And West York is showing their composure. This is district basketball. They're not wasting any time and trying to get a quick shot. They're trying to get the best shot and run their offense. And that's a wide open three. Short. Nice bang from Powell. He keeps the ball alive. He's still banging. He gets it back. Kick out to Jaden Walker. Kick out to number 5. He thinks about it. Gotta give a lot of credit to JaVale Powell. Kick out. And right now, Big Springs is comfortable in that zone, 2-3 zone against the West York Bulldogs. They're daring them to shoot that outside three, and that's a mid-range shot for A.J. Williams. That left-hander, number 34, knocks it down. Big Spring. Now it's their opportunity to come down and put some points on the board. And right now they're playing their offense, running their offense quite well. But West York in a man-to-man. Again, you want to keep an eye on number 2, Matthew Ward. And he's open. We just spoke about him leading three-point shooter. Short on that one. Nice rebound from number 31, Tucker Lowry, the senior guard, 6 foot. With the ball now is Jason Nouse. Right now, West York is playing really good basketball. Really good defense, not allowing Big Spring to get any good looks. In the corner. 3. Short, rebound. And that's another tough rebound for number 31, Tucker Lowry. Bringing the ball up the court is Jaden Walker. Looks like there's an issue with the clock. Guess this be a good time to mention our sponsors for tonight. Thornton Automotive of Dover, Legends League, Inch & Co. Company, Endless Work Training. And you can see some of their contact information at the bottom of our screen. We'll talk a little bit more about each sponsor throughout the game. Me and Braden Dietz will assist with that. Again, Thornton Automotive of Dover, Legends League of Shrewsbury, Inch & Co. Company Construction, and Endless Work Training with Dave Linder. Again, their contact information is at the bottom of our screen. Check that out. They're all locally owned businesses that work with the community. Want to check them out and give them some support as well. They're helping us get these games on TV and online, so really appreciate that. And that's a nice swing pass. Drives baseline. Kick out the Powell. Number 5 shoots. A little short. That was Braden Dietz. with the three. And Big Spring is back to their offense. Working the ball. Mid-range jumper, short. And that's what they want, shooting the ball. And that's a nice pass. Matthew Ward with the kick out. Short. But right now, the rebounds have really been in favor of Big Spring so far. West York's not doing a really good job on the defensive end of getting rebounds. They need to do that because they're giving Big Spring ample amount of opportunities to put some points on the board. They don't want to do that in a district playoff game. And as you can tell, Big Spring is a very patient team. Matthew Ward misses again. That's their top leading scorer, and he misses all three of his shots so far. Nice swing pass. Short. Big Springs retain possession. And I like that matchup right there with Jaden Walker guarding Jake Nouse. I think Jaden Walker has the advantage. You need to put a little bit more pressure on Jake Nouse, and I think he can get some turnovers or at least cause some trouble when he's bringing the ball up the court. You should see more body-to-body action as the game progresses. Screen, open. And there's still a little on that rim. Big Spring has not scored yet. And that's another rebound for Tucker Lowry, number 31 for Big Spring. He has 4 rebounds so far in the first quarter. Fans have to bear with us with the viewing accommodations of the packed gym. We don't have that much space here. As I always tell fans, some of these gyms wasn't built with the live stream, in mind. And Tucker Lowry, he's just been the difference maker so far for Big Spring. That's their first 2 points of the game. He has 4 rebounds already. Very aggressive. Number 31 from Big Springs, Tucker Lowry. And that's a steal. Lazy pass to the bucket. Short. Tucker Lowry with another rebound. And right now, Tucker Lowry is showing his presence on the court. He's very aggressive and going after everything. He's only listed at 6 foot, but he looks a little taller than me from this advantage. Sending Tucker to the line. He has their only point so far of the game. Knocks down the free throw with ease. And checking in the game for West York is Mark Walker. And also Jovan DeShields. Some early subs going on for Coach Bull for West York. And Tucker Lowry knocks down both shots. And right now he has all of Big Spring's points, as in 4. Deep 3. Jaden Walker knocks it down. And that's like a layup to him on his home court. The student body's in full, ready to explode there on the sideline. And that's a foul called against Jaden Walker, but I think he's doing the right thing. He wants to put a little bit more pressure on Jake Nouse, number 20, for Big Spring. I think Jaden Walker has an advantage and has a size advantage and a strength advantage for Jake Nouse, and it's going to be really interesting to see how that works out. In the game right now is Mark Walker, number 22 for West York. Has that ball in the string and really a crowd pleaser when he has the ball out there dribbling. Expect him to light the crowd up and be that energy off the bench that West York needs. And the ball's on the floor. And there's a dive for it. A.J. Williams gets it, kicks it out. It's a quick foul. And that foul is against number 21 for Big Spring. Jesse Bernhissel. And Big Spring is in that 3-2 now zone, daring West York to knock down some jumpers. As you can tell, Jaden Walker already hit one big 3. And here's another one. He's open in the corner, swing out, and that's a bad pass. And that's an easy steal. And he blew the layup. And Wes York's in transition. And Jaden Walker's fouled by Tucker Lowry. And that's not a bad idea to get Tucker Lowry, number 31, in foul trouble. He seems to be the most aggressive player for the Big Springs Ball Club. Already has 4 rebounds and 4 points. Big Spring is doing a great job of intercepting some of these passes from Wes York and getting some layups. They're not making the layups, though. Jaden DeShields is called for a travel. Number 35 for Wes York. Giving the ball back to Big Spring. Matthew Ward, the leading scorer for Big Springs, all-time leading scorer. He knows how to put the ball in the bucket, and he lays it in. What the left. Mark Walker bringing the ball up the court. Low-scoring affair so far in this first quarter. Nice kick out, Jaden DeShields right to the bucket. Like to see Jaden get that ball without the dribble. It kind of slows things down and gives the defense an opportunity to get on you. So he wants to take that pass and go straight up with it. But that's still a nice play nonetheless, sending Jaden DeShields to the line, shooting 2. Short on the first. Checking back into the game is Braden Dietz, the 6'1" junior forward for the West York Bulldogs. Jaden short on the second one. Right now, Wes York is pushing. Mark Walker with the ball. Kick out to Jaden Walker, his cousin. Back to his cousin, Mark Walker. Short. And there's a dive for the ball. Matthew Ward comes up with it. The 6'2" guard for Big Spring. And that's a fake handoff. Big Spring is content maybe with just holding the ball to finish out this first quarter. Don't want to give up your dribble there. Got to put a lot of pressure on him, and that's a steal. That's what you want. Jaden DeShields with the layup, with the pass, assist, layup for Jaden Walker. Great job. Way to get involved. And I think the guard play for West York is in their favor for this game. They need to press up a little bit more. I want to see Jaden Walker all over number 20, Jake Nouse. Don't want to give the opposite team an opportunity to come down and set up their play. You want to put more pressure on the ball handler, and I want to see that right now from the West York Ball Club. I believe their guard play is very strong and in their favor for this particular game. Well, less than 10 seconds to go, and that's a turnover. But Big Springs retain possession. Right now, Big Springs has an opportunity to have a quick score. And Matthew Ward has to come off the court for a second. I believe he has a nosebleed. And checking back into the game is number 21, Jesse Bernhisel. That's a 3. And that'll end our first quarter with West York up 7-6 over Big Spring Bulldogs. Low scoring affair in that first quarter, but interesting game nonetheless. Right now, I'm gonna give a shout out to some of our sponsors that we have sponsoring the game tonight. And that's Thornton Automotive of Dover, located on Route 74 in Dover at 3885 Carlisle Road, Dover, PA, right across the street from Max Ice Cream. Thornton has a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, over 150 to choose from. Looking for a dealership you can trust? Then look no further than Thornton and Dover. Their general manager, Wes Meyer, reached out to us and has been with the company for over 19 years with Thornton. He's also a West York alumni and on their school board. And we're going to have a halftime interview with Wes Meyer, so we're looking forward to that. We want to contact thorntondover.com or check them out on Facebook, Thornton Automotive Dover, or simply give them a call at 717-292-9222. In the Legends League of Shrewsbury, an adult high school basketball league ran out of the YMCA of Shrewsbury. Less than 15 miles from York, the Legends League is ran by Susquehanna's JV coach Jay Hughes and Travis Bowman. They have PIAA referees. It's a 5-week schedule, and you are guaranteed 11 games and 2 games per weekend. The league is designed to showcase skill. Want more information? Contact Jay at 717-542-0867 or email tbowman@rosesymca.org. And cannot forget Inch & Company Construction. Inch & Company are a premier real estate company in central Pennsylvania, located at 400 Elm Boulevard, York, PA. Phone number 717-683-6839. Looking to build or buy a home, or are you looking for a real estate job or other opportunities? Well, look no farther. Look into Inch & Company Real Estate. And of course, endless work training with Dave Lindner. Training is primarily done at Helen Thaxton Middle School, but they are willing to travel to you if need be. Trainer Dave Leonard focused strictly on basketball, and they have a unique device called the Vertimax that helps all athletes increase their jump and explosiveness. Their extra video is on Facebook. Want more information? Contact Dave Leonard at 717-900-7368. Thanks for all your support. Now back to the second quarter of this game, and Braden Dietz just entered the building. So how you doing, Braden? Thanks for showing up.
Great. Pretty close first quarter here.
Very scrappy. Short. And that's sending number 20 to the line, Jake Nouse, the starting point guard for Big Spring Bulldogs. And he's short on the first. Checking back into the game for West York is A.J. Williams, our former player of the game of the Boys County Championship game, which West York won a couple days ago. Now they are hosting a District 3 playoff game at their home.
Just like that, we're tied up.
Tie game. And again, I think that zone that Big Spring has been very effective for them so far. Nice hesitation, nice kick out. And Big Spring is daring West York to shoot threes.
Working the ball around.
And that's a wide open three for Jaden Walker. Short. He's been short so far in this first half.
West York with the rebound.
And that's a nice drive. Easy layup.
They're going to have to penetrate that zone effectively by pushing the ball around, dribble, drive, and pass.
And that was an easy layup for Landon Gibson. Short on that shot. Jaden Walker with the kick out.
Point guard number 20, Jake Nouse, bringing up the ball.
Nice pass. Tough. Tough shot for A.J. Williams, and that's team ball right there. And that's what you want to see in the district playoff game.
We needed those 4 points for the Bulldogs to get a spark going. This is their home court. There's a big crowd here tonight. To win the game, they're going to have to continue to move the ball around. That was a big play by Jake Nicely. That steal really sparked it. Megatron at Votech that we had for the county games.
Yeah, that was a nice feature that your county school of technology had, which every school had that, but we're not as lucky.
Big Spring passes the ball in. Mark Walker back in the ball game for West York, number 22.
And West York's doing a good job not letting Matthew Ward go off right now. That's the all-time leading scorer for Big Spring, number 2, and he hasn't had much of a good first half, and that's a lot of credit to the West York Ball Club.
West York needs to capitalize on this play to extend their lead. They have to take care of the ball. They have to move it around. I see David McGladry back in the game as well. Mark Walker to A.J. Williams, turn around. Good rebound by Jake Nisley. That's going to be a travel by Landon. They just pulled out starting point guard, Jake Naus. Number 2, Matthew Ward bringing up the ball. He drives. Jump shot for 2. No good, but that's going to be a foul on number 34, A.J. Williams. Big Springs with the ball. They're definitely trying to get number 2 the ball. Number 31 for 3. Jaden Walker with the rebound, pushing the ball up. Drives to the hoop. Bucket's no good. Now a fast break for Big Springs. Big Springs being patient, working the ball around. Shot by number 20. Rebound, Jake Nisley. Up to Mark Walker. AJ drives to the basket. Floater missed. Looks like neither team can get a bucket to fall right now. Working the ball to the 3. Number 2 on the drive. Matthew Ward for 2. Mark Walker bringing up the ball. David McGladry. To A.J. Williams. And he's fouled underneath. 2 shots. Foul on number 2, Matthew Ward. A.J. Williams at the line. A.J. was great from the charity line during counties. Let's see if he can pull it into districts. And it's good. There's going to be some substitutions in here for West York. Javar Powell back in the game, and Braden Dietz. And AJ's good again from the charity line. And the ball goes to West York. Mark Walker bringing the ball up.
And again, this has been a low-scoring affair so far for it to be a District 3 playoff game. Wonder what type of adjustments they're going to make in the second half to score some more points, because I know West York doesn't want to be in a contest this close at home. They want to have that little bit of cushion so they can, be in the driver's seat toward the fourth quarter.
They're just going to have to make some adjustments in this zone. They're really going to have to start penetrating and kicking out. Once they get on fire, it's going to be hard to beat at a home court.
Absolutely.
Mark Powell going back up, looking to kick out. Ball's loose.
And it's getting scrappy down there. And that's Tucker Lowry on the floor again. He has 5 rebounds so far in this first half. Tucker Lowry has been a big difference for the Big Spring Ball Club. He's the glue and pretty much, the muscle man when it comes to, getting to the floor and grabbing those rebounds. West York is getting their opportunities by shooting these threes, but none of them really has been falling so far in this first half. That should change sometime soon. They should understand that Big Spring wants them to shoot, so they have to knock those shots down. A.J. Williams in the post. Turnover. And right now, Big Spring's in transition.
West York gets back and into position.
And kudos to West York to keep Matthew Ward, number 2 for Big Spring, pretty much quiet so far in this first half. He's their all-time leading scorer, and I think he only has 4 points so far in this contest. Tough shot. And that's a good bucket from Jake Nouse, the sophomore, 5'7", sophomore for Big Spring. Another errant pass. And right now the turnovers are starting to accumulate for West York. Good defense. And West York has the ball. Got to also give a big shout out to Big Spring. They have a huge crowd that came out here tonight to support their ball club. And that's what you need when you're playing on the road in a district game. If West York can just
take care of the ball right now.
And I believe unofficially, Jaden Walker's 1 for 5 from the three-point line.
Good pass. They got to use those types of spin moves to penetrate. Mark Walker for 3.
And nothing has fallen from the three-point line for the West York Bulldogs. They had their opportunities, but they just cannot knock it down.
It's going to be 2 fouls for Javar Powell. Big Springs is in the bonus right now, so every foul that West York makes is going to send them to the charity line. Number 2 is not who you want to have there. He's much like A.J. Williams when it comes to the foul line. Let's see if he can tie it up here. And just like that is a tie basketball game. 13-13, a minute and 5 seconds left in the ball game. At this point, West York cannot hesitate. They have got to just shoot their threes.
And I agree with you, Brandon. They had their opportunities. West York, they're shooting horrendous from the three-point line this game. I believe they only made 2 threes. As you can tell, points are coming at a pretty much premium in this first half. They're not scoring many buckets at all. But I think it's very important for them to score on this last possession and go into halftime with the lead. That zone defense, that 3-2 zone defense has been giving West York a lot of fits so far in this game. They really can't get their offense set up, and they're shooting a very low percentage from the three-point line. And it's only 5 seconds to go in the game, and Jaden Walker is open again. Mark Walker with the pump fake, and he's short. And that's been a tell of the first half, to be honest with you. Wes Shirk has not hit anything, that has shot the ball at horrendous field goal percentage from the three-point line, and that's exactly, I believe, what Big Springs wants them to do. And right now, they're pretty happy going into halftime, tied up 13-13 on the road.
West York is going to have to continue to figure out how to tweak their game plan, as well as Big Springs. They have to figure out how to score. This is a very, very low-scoring half. Both teams are doing a great job on defense, obviously keeping this score extremely low. We want to say a quick thank you to our sponsors, Inch & Company, the premier real estate company in central Pennsylvania. Endless Work Training with Dave Linder. Legends League, an adult and high school basketball league run out of the YMCA of Shrewsbury, and Thornton Automotive Dover. Big thank you to all our sponsors. We're always continuing to look for sponsors. If you're interested in seeing a game, you'd like us to continue to do district games, please feel free to reach out to us at Sports Shooting Stars. Check us out on our Facebook page. Check us out on Instagram. And follow us, of course, on YouTube.
Yeah, we're going to work on this audio issue that we have right now, but, we're going to have that fixed momentarily. Really interesting, as I said again, to see what type of adjustments that West Shirk is going to have in the second half. We know what Big Springs wants to do. They want West Shirk to shoot the long ball, and right now that has been in their favor for Big Spring because West Shirk is shooting a very low percentage from the from the three-point line. And we are going to have a quick interview with Wes Meyer of Thornton Automotive of Dover, and also on the board for West York. Talk a little bit about his passion with working with Thornton Automotive, and also what drives him to be a part of the community in West York. Oh, here we go.
But before Wes comes on, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with you shortly.
Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Working on our audio right now. Had a small issue with one of the mics. Testing one. That's like the portable one.
And we are back. There is a minute and 40 seconds left until we start this game again. Both teams are out there shooting. Both teams are out there shooting. No matter what happens, both teams have got to get some type of offense going.
Yeah, it has to go right now. Seeing the score only 13-13, that's something you will see kind of at the younger age, like, maybe a 5th, 6th grade or whatever. But that just shows you, the game plan for Big Spring is working right now. They want West York to have low numbers and shoot that 3. And so far, their game plan has been working. I don't see Coach for Big Spring changing anything because I think it's working for him. He'll sneak out this game with a 1-point win or a 2-point win if he can. It's going to be very important for West York to knock down that 3-point shot. All this game, the whole first half, they really shot horrendous from the 3-point line. So it's really important for them to knock down those shots because you know that Big Spring is going to be playing that zone defense.
And I see Kate here from Cade Visuals. He's here down there trying to get some video going. We're excited to see him. He makes some awesome outputs. I'm excited to see what the game plan is. I mean, both teams have got to make some big-time adjustments. Nico, I see that you're looking for the next game. Whomever wins, it will be Thursday, and I believe that they could possibly continue on a loser's bracket on Thursday as well. So
yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, one win secures a state game. So having a win in the district is very important because it secures a state game for your ball club. So having a win is crucial right now for all teams playing in the district playoffs. Real quick, again, we want to mention our sponsors. You can see their contact information at the lower third of our screen, and that's Thornton Automotive of Dover, League's Legend, Inch & Company Real Estate, And of course, endless work training with Dave Lindner.
Shout out Dave. He had a 6-hour workout. I sent my son, and he can barely walk up the bleachers
Oh,
today.
man, yeah.
So thank you.
Had him working. And here we are. Second half starts.
Big
and that's
block
a nice
by
block
A.J. Williams.
against Tucker Lowry. Nice kick out. And I was telling the fans earlier, Brandy, I believe the West Shore guard play is at their advantage against Big Springs. I'd like to see Jaden Walker and Mark Walker put a little bit more pressure on Jake Nouse as he brings the ball up the court.
Braden Dietz for 3. It's short. Rebound by David McGladry. It's short. Back up by Javar Powell and the foul.
And that's what Javar Powell brings to this team, just some grit and toughness. He gets down in the trenches and he just bangs, and he does as much as he can do on the offense and defensive rebounding side. Sending Javar Powell to the line, shooting 2. And he knocks down the first one with ease. And we also have to mention there's a girls game here tomorrow with West Shore. So we'll be back for that game. We'll make some more mentions about that later on in the telecast. But we'll be back here tomorrow for the girls game. Again, sponsored by Thornton Automotive of Dover.
I don't know about you, but it feels like Bulldog fever in the last week.
It is. Well, this is our 7th game in 9 days, so it's been very hectic.
And West York will have 3 of them.
Yep, absolutely. When you have an excellent season like they had, you know, you get more
That's
shots.
number 31 for 3.
And that's Tucker Lowry. And again, he leads all scorers with 7 points, but he's been so aggressive on the offensive, defensive rebounding side. And now it's only a matter of time before he starts hitting down that big 3 like he just did. And that gives Big Spring their first lead of the game, 16-14 over the West Shore Bulldogs.
David McGladry for 3.
McGladry
It's
off.
long.
Javar
Rebound by-
Powell. Hesitation.
It's going to be a foul, and it's going to go underneath. Foul on number 21. That's his 3rd foul. And I have a feeling the coach is going to be pulling him out because they're going to need him later on in the game.
Absolutely.
Yep, and I was correct.
And there he goes. He is out the game. This game will be very different if West Shore can knock down that deep 3. There it is. That's another one. Jaden Walker not shooting a great percentage right now, but he's shooting that same shot, and he's hitting a clutch shot when they desperately need it from the senior, number 3, Jaden Walker.
West York needs to create a turnover right now. Or shall we say,
And that was great defense.
Big Springs needs to hit another big shot.
And that's a kick out.
There we go.
Corner 3, short. Javar Powell with the rebound.
That's good sportsmanship to see by Dave McGladry helping Big Springs up.
Yeah, that was number 20, Jake Nouse, the sophomore that hit the ground. He's only listed at 5'7", a little bit of a smaller guy, but he has a lot of scrappiness to him, and he has a lot of heart. He's a starter as well.
You know, Big Springs, it looks like they do have, you know, a mix of young and older, where West York has a lot of juniors and seniors on their team.
And that's a nice play.
That was
short.
a nice play. You got to finish that.
A.J. Williams on the boards, and Big
Okay.
Spring is on the
Braden
drive,
Dietz.
and that's Matthew Ward, and they're
Player
calling a
control.
charge.
Now that is a momentum getter for West York. That should help them get hot right now. Great charge taken by Braden Dietz.
Yeah, Braden
He set
Dietz.
himself planted. He took that shoulder right in the
Absolutely.
middle of the chest.
And
Textbook.
he knew Matthew Ward was going straight, full nose right to the basket. He did a great job sacrificing his body for the team and got the turnover. And you can feel the energy starting to pick up. In the first half, they kind of was filling each other out. There's a lot of misses from West Shore, but right now the energy is a little bit faster. Again, Big Spring is still in that 3-2 zone that has been so effective so far this game. Jaden Walker for another 3, short.
David McGladry with the rebound.
McGladry with the rebound.
Back.
Jaden Walker back. Kick out.
Braden Dietz.
Great
A.J.
ball
Williams,
movement.
And it's good.
Great ball movement. And that's the key to that West York team. Team chemistry and ball movement. They do it so well. Quick three.
That was a big-time rebound by Big Springs, but
And
that is a travel.
It's a travel. Want to give a big shout out to West York. They're doing a great job of maintaining and containing Matthew Ward, number 2 for the Big Spring Ball Club. Matthew Ward is their all-time leading scorer and the all-time three-point scorer for the ball club.
We have a loud student section by West York tonight.
And West York takes a timeout.
Big Springs.
Big Spring took a timeout. I stand corrected.
They're trying to cool down this momentum. They want to get the ball back. They want to try to keep it as scoreless as possible. They don't want West York to get hot. Right now they're sharing the ball, moving the ball around. They have to just keep shooting the ball. West York has to keep shooting the ball. Big Springs, on the other hand, they have some big time players, some good ball movement. They're stopping West York a lot on defense.
I also want to tell the fans that's watching here tonight with the Legends League, we have our QR app right there on the screen, so you can put your phone to it. It'll send you right there to their application, and we can get some more information about the Legends League. Located located in Shrewsbury.
Want to give a big shout out to the PIAA officials tonight. Thank you for all you do. And as always, we are looking for officials. PIAA.org. Go on there, take the test, be mentored all over the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, officials are in high demand right now, and that field is red hot. So if you're looking to be a part of any basketball game, football, or whatever, look into being a PIAA official.
That's a big-time turnover. Big Springs needs to capitalize and score on this play.
And those with their smartphones, when you see the QR pop up for Legends League, go ahead and use your phone, your camera phone, and go ahead and take a picture, and it will send you right there to their app and give you some more information about their adult basketball league that's out of Shrewsbury. It's 11 games. It's guaranteed 11 games, 2 games per weekend, and it's ran by Jay Hughes, the Susquehanna JV coach. Want more information? Call 717-542-0867.
Oh,
and there it is.
That was the 3 that Big Springs needed right there.
Matthew Ward.
Score is 19-20.
And that gives Matthew Ward 9 points for the Big Spring Ball Club. It's such a close game. And A.J. Williams.
Short.
Javar Powell banging. Lost the ball. That's going to be a jump ball. And Javar Powell is just a hard-nosed, scrappy. Reminds me of Charles Oakley a little bit from the New York Knicks back in the day. How he gets into the lane and just bulldozes his way and fights for the rebound.
Jaden Walker for 3, and it's good.
Great shot for Jaden Walker. Very calm and composed as he knocks down that 3, and that's his 3rd 3 of the night. Giving Jaden Walker 11 points, which leads all scorers in the game.
Number 2, Matthew Ward is looking for the ball, but McGladry is tight on his tail. He does not want him to have that ball. Again,
Jaden Walker's playing off of Jake now, so I think he'd be better if you play right up in his chest and get put on that pressure. He's bigger and stronger.
That's a deep 3. Rebound for West York.
And that's a call that the Big Spring fan club does not accept. They're questioning that call, and it looks like it has been reversed.
That was the right call.
The right call, right. Way to converse and talk about it and get the right call out there. Jake Nouse with the ball, number 20. Gets the ball in the post.
For 3.
Quick 3.
No good. Javar Powell with the rebound.
Jaden Walker with the push. And this is going to set up Jaden Walker for another 3, I believe.
A.J. Williams is who I'd be shooting. He seems to be hot between the two of them.
And that's a shot. He dishes off to McGladry. Tough. And that's a turnover. Giving the ball back to Big Spring. And checking in the game for West York is number 35, Javon DeShields, the junior.
You know, one of the things that we have to remember that sometimes we forget when you're coming into district play is it's nerve-wracking. This is the first round of district.
Yeah.
Everyone has to get settled in. I haven't seen anyone find their rhythm yet.
Yeah, it's been low-scoring affairs so far in some of these county championship games and also this district game.
They're going to give a hold to number 3, Jaden Walker, his second. No good.
Rims out. And that's a tough rebound for number 12 for Big Spring, Aiden Sally.
And just like that, it's a 2-point ball game again.
Yeah, it's going back and forth.
West York can't seem to push that lead past 4 points.
Absolutely. And Big Spring is just so confident and content with staying in that zone. That 3-2 zone has been so effective throughout this whole game. And again, they have another turnover right there because it's really disrupting what West York likes to do. They like to have that one-on-one type of play, but in that zone, you really have to pass the ball and find the creases in the zone so you can score. Deep 3, and that's short. And the student's body is going to let you know about that with them chanting air ball.
West York is going to have to figure out how to get a spark here. Big Springs has continued to contain them.
Very interesting how Big Spring came out of this game plan that they have. Like I said, not much has changed. They're still daring West York to shoot jumpers and 3-pointers. West York has to attack that gap and knock down some shots like that right there. And that's what you get. That's how you get a good shot.
There we
exactly.
go. Mark Walker for 3.
Jaden Walker figured it out. Attack the gaps and kick out.
West York strategically calls a 30-second timeout. They had made a 3, and now they're going to sit down and talk about it. What can they do to hold this momentum? It is only a 5-point spring. They have to figure out how to get this gap going.
Absolutely, and I think they may have found some kinks in the armor of Big Spring with attacking the gaps and doing a kick out. As long as they can do that and they can pass the ball and shoot in rhythm, they should be able to knock down some more threes like Mark Walker just did. And Mark Walker, number 22 for West York, is probably going to be the featured player next year for this ball club. As only a sophomore, he's getting some valuable time out there on the court. And that's one thing about being a good team. You know, you win the close games and you can win some big games. And right now it's going to be really important to see how West York can pull this win out on their home court.
And that's going to be a jump ball. Goes to Big Springs.
And Mark Ward, number 2 for Big Spring, is well below his average right now. West York's doing a great job of not letting him get involved too much in the offense. And that's Tucker Lowry with the attempt save. He's a scrappy player, number 31 for Big Spring. Has 6 rebounds and 6 points so far in this contest.
always, West York's going to hold for the last shot.
Smart play. Smart play. It's not about the points. It's about getting a win and having that lead. And that's what you want, especially in district play. Who cares who scores? You just want to have that lead and get the last shot. I want to thank all the fans for tuning in. Those on the live chat as well. We're checking that out. Even though we don't give away a player of the game shirt, you guys can still let us know who you believe the player of the game should be from both ball clubs. The reason why we don't give a player of the game shirt out because, you know, the district, we want them to make it all the way to the championship game. No call.
Wow. Well, that was an interesting
It was.
turn of events there.
It was. The Big Spring fan base wanted a travel call on that last play, but did not get it. I don't know, Braden, what would you have called?
I have been instructed not to make any of those
Oh,
calls.
wow, oh, wow.
As my fellow officials, BIAA officials, have the best angles on the court.
Absolutely.
So we're going to have to go with whatever they do on this particular ball game.
Yeah,
And,
this is not the pros. You can't, you know, hit the rewind button and instant replay and things like that. Those referees got to call things in real time, and I think they do an excellent job with that.
Oh, and here's the thing. We all have different angles. My angle, your angle, what their angle is completely different. What I can say is this. Each team cleans up their own game on their own bench, and this is a completely different ball game. What I'd like to see, which I didn't see so far, and maybe I haven't been paying enough attention, is in the county championships, I saw a very aggressive Coach Bull running up and down. I saw a very aggressive Justin Sykes running up and down.
Yes.
Big Springs seems to be sitting down on the bench. That is his coaching style, but I'd like to see some excitement going on in this gym. Either way.
Well, this is the final period, so, you know, they have to lay it all on the line to see who's going to win this game. And, you know, as you said, Coach Bull for West York is pretty animated sometimes on that sideline. And as you said before, Coach Sykes for Eastern York is the exact same way. These are guys who barely sit down. But, you know, today we've seen a little bit more relaxed approach to this game. But, again, as long as West York is in the lead, then Coach Bull is doing exactly what he needs to do. And they just caught A.J. Williams with a legal screen. Not the way you want to start your fourth quarter. Real interesting, though, that, you know, West York, I believe they have better guard play, that they're not in any trap or really putting a lot of pressure on Big Springs guards.
Wow, big fire three.
Big time rebound from Javon DeShields.
Great job, Javon. Let's see if we can get this offense running here for the Bulldogs.
And that's a three from A.J. Williams.
No, it's
short.
no good.
And maybe the little guy on the court, Jake Nouse, number 20 for Big Spring. You know, he may be the smallest guy on the court, but he's not shy about going in and get the rebound.
He's got a lot of heart.
He does.
He is super scrappy. Sophomore, going out giving 110% tonight.
I like this right here. Mark Walker is going to, was guarded up against Jake Nouse. But I like to see them pick up full court. Don't let them get into their half-court offense and really put a lot of pressure. That's a pull-up. And that's Javon DeShields with another rebound.
We need those rebounds for West York. Big Springs number 2 doesn't normally make those mistakes.
Yeah, number 2, Matthew Ward is a big-time scorer, leading scorer for the team for Big Springs, an all-time leading scorer, so he can knock down that shot with ease. He's going to continue to shoot as well. And again, that 3-2 trap, that 3-2 zone is really giving West York some fits. But there's some creases in that trap. They have to dribble, drive, penetrate, then kick out. Like that right there. Nice move. Javon DeShields with a big-time rebound.
Big-time rebound at basket. Javon is rebounding like crazy right now.
Absolutely. He's getting that. In his limited time that he has, he's making the best of his opportunities. Big shout out to number 35, Javon DeShields. And right now, West York has their biggest lead of the game at 7, 28-21 over Big Spring Bulldogs. And that's a travel and an errant pass, and that's a turnover.
That was miscommunication right there.
It was. And right now, Big Spring wants to take a timeout and talk this over. I know their head coach, Jason Creek, you know, he wants to regroup with his team and get them focused in for those last 6 minutes and 20 seconds of the contest.
Fans, we see you out there on YouTube. Let's just keep it to basketball commentating for these games. Let's make it positive for these young kids. A lot of the kids are tuning in after the game. They're watching this film. Their grandparents, parents are watching. Let's focus on the positives of this basketball game. You know what I'm excited about? I'm excited about this fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
I cannot wait to see somebody hop off. Big shout out to all the West York fans out there. We see you.
And I know some of the fans that were saying something about the refs, but the fouls are 4-4 on both sides. So yeah, I think the refs have been doing a really good game, and they are part of the game to a certain degree. So I think they're doing a really good job. It's a high, hostile environment, especially district playoff games. So, they're doing a great job, and it's been a great contest so far. Two great teams going at it, and it's still a tight contest.
At this point, West York is going to try to move the ball around. They don't need to score. They can move the ball around. They want them to come out of this zone.
They're very content with that. Like I said, and at the high school level, there's no shot clock, right? So you can hold the ball technically as long as you want. And as long as Big Spring's going to stay in that zone, it's going to get them tired a little bit by the passes, and West York's going to find something out of that zone to score. And there it is. Jaden Walker. I'm sorry, Jaden DeShields. So many Walkers on the team, but Jaden DeShields sends him to the line shooting two.
Continue to say it. Big time rebounds for DeShields. You got to make those. That's all right. Here we go.
Yeah, checking out some fans.
Big Springs right now.
And I agree. One of the fans, Wayman Scott, said, kind of hold the ball and make, Big Springs come out of that zone. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to eventually get tired. And as you saw, Jaden DeShields had a great opportunity for pretty much open layup because, they're really stretching him all the way out on the court and making him, go after the ball. That's a nice move.
They're going to send number 2, Matthew Ward, to the line.
Guys want to keep an eye on Matthew Ward, number 2 for Big Springs. Their all-time leading scorer, has over 1,500 points for the school, and he's their all-time three-point maker. So he's a scorer nonetheless. Probably been a starter. Some of those guys that are like that have been starters since freshmen. So he's one of those guys who can put up some big buckets. Right now, he only has 10 points in this contest. Big shout out to West York for containing him for most of this game.
5 minutes is still a long contest for a 29-22 score. You got to make that foul shot if you're Big Springs.
And big shout out to Jeff Bull. He's watching from Dallas, Texas. We always like our fans that's, from other places and different countries sometimes that watch our game. But right now, West York is in total control. They're up by 7 points. And that zone that has been so effective for Big Springs could be their downfall going into the last 5 minutes of this game. And right there, Jaden Walker's open. Jaden DeShields, I'm sorry. He still can't knock down that shot. And they're going to bring Jaden out because they know that's a guaranteed 2 points if he can make that shot. And checking in the game is Javar Powell. And Jaden did a great job getting the rebounds, but he does need to knock down those open shots in the paint. That's the reason why, this game is so close, because West York has missed a lot of shots. In and out.
Big three, in and out. Big rebound again by Big Springs, puts it back in. We're in a 5-point ball game.
And that's a great shot for number 30, Seth Griffey, the senior guard, 6'3" senior guard. And there it is.
They're going to call a foul on number 30, block.
And Seth Griffey is called with that foul, number 30, the senior guard. If he didn't have his hands straight up, he probably could have got away with that, but he initiated the contact, and it sends A.J. Williams to the line.
That is is his comfort zone.
Absolutely. If you watch the county championship game, A.J. Williams at the line is shooting superbly. You know, that's one guy you don't want to foul when it comes down to the clutch, clutch time, and you need some really tough free throws made. And he knocks down 2. Giving A.J. Williams 11 points tonight. Him and Jaden Walker both have 11 points and are the leading scorers for the West York Ball Club.
Number 2 is going to try to take every shot that he can.
And that's a nice way to move without the ball. He missed the shot, but he still moved out the ball and got an easy layup. That's Matthew Ward, and he's a really good player. As we said before, the all-time leading scorer for his high school. And there it is. And that's a foul, quick foul. And that's another foul on number 30, Seth Griffey. And that.
Shout out to Kyan Moore, who's watching from Northport, Florida.
Well, thank all the fans for tuning in tonight. Those on the live chat. Those are watching from home.
They're discussing who's shooting right now.
Should be Powell at the line, I believe. They were trying to sneak A.J. Williams in there to shoot that free throw because they know he's a lights-out free throw shooter, so.
Well, it's the official's job to call out the shooter.
Short. And, again, Big Springs has their opportunities. I'd like to see Jaden Walker put defense right now on Jake Nouse. Not allow him to set up his offense like he's been allowing him pretty much the whole game. He should be a lot closer to him because he has the height advantage and he's stronger. And again, Matthew Ward knows that the time is ticking. He's their senior, so he's going to continue to shoot. He has the green light, obviously, so he's going to continue to shoot, move without the ball, and try to knock down some shots to get his team back into this game. They're only down by 5 points, 31-26, with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Right now, Coach Creek for Big Springs talking to his 3 guys.
You know, it is just not happening tonight for either team. No one can get a consistent spark going.
Yeah, it has been a little on that rim. And again, if Matthew Ward can't get anything going, then that really shows a lot. You know, he's pretty much the engine for that Big Spring team, along with Tucker Lowry, number 31. So when they're not rolling, you can't really expect Big Spring to come out with a big win. As I said before, coming into the game, Big Spring had a big-time loss against Shippensburg, 85-41. And there it is.
Powell for 2.
There it is. And they figured it out. You know, West York has figured it out. Get the ball to the high post, turn, and you have a guy cut into the bucket.
I think the most important thing is their guards are staying high. They're staying on half court. They're making them come out of that zone. When they come out of the zone, it leaves that open.
Yeah, and I question that a little bit with Coach Creek. You know, he's been in the zone the whole game, and he had to eventually realize that, you know, Coach Bull is going to figure that out and come up with a couple of big plays. So I would like to see Big Spring coming out in a man-to-man at some point in time in this game because, obviously, Coach Bull right now has kind of figured out that zone that Big Spring been in the whole game. They've been in, you know, not giving West York any other looks besides that. But yet and still, it's only a 6-point game. That's 2 threes, you know, so anybody can come back. It's still, I think, about 3 minutes to go in the game. No less than 3 minutes. And that was a 60-second timeout.
I want to get a shout out to our fan that's watching from Puerto Rico and wants to give a shout out to Ibrahim Bream and Adrian Ferrer. Let's see what West York's game plan is right now. They're going to see what type of defense that they're coming out, but what is most important is both teams have to come out strong right now.
Yeah, I have to agree with Ben Leitner. The clock right now is West York's friend. It's only 3 minutes left in this contest, and you got to keep an eye on number 2. Matthew Ward, he has the ball right now, kicked out to him. They're probably setting something up for him right now. It looks like he's about to pull the trigger. There it is. And again,
it's going to be a jump ball.
Got to give a lot of credit to number 20, Jake Nouse, the sophomore, only listed at 5'7". He crashes the board. He's a small guy, but he has a lot of heart.
Okay, now we're seeing a little bit of something different.
Yeah, something different. That's something that, Big Spring should have done a few times just to give West York a different look. But I will give Big Spring a lot of credit. There is that play. That's a kick out. As long as the ball's at the top post, it's always good. Good job.
Oh.
That's a great
if
job.
it's a complete easy bucket, they're going to take it. But what we can't do is that they cannot turn over the ball. What they were trying to do was work the ball around, take time off the clock.
I agree with that, taking time off the clock. But if you get the ball in the paint and it's an open shot, you got to take it. You got to take it. It's still only a 6-point game. Matthew Ward's going to shoot the ball. He's been off pretty much the whole game, but that doesn't mean anything to a shooter when it's clutch time.
If I'm Coach Boo, I'm face guarding him.
Yeah, I think, West
I'm
York.
not letting him get that ball.
West York guards are a lot better, in my opinion, than Big Spring in this game, and they haven't put a lot of pressure on their guards at all.
Shot by number 30. It's off.
Nice tip out. Mark Walker, he has the speed, and he just decides, good pass.
Great pass. Good finish by Powell.
Mark Walker, man, he's the X factor. He's one of those reserves that comes off the bench. Number 22 for West York. He gives a lot of spark. He has that ball in the string. He's very fast. I remember his dad used to play basketball a long time ago at Bance Park. And, his dad was the exact same way, very fast.
One of the things that I use to describe Mark Walker is he is smooth.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got all the charisma. Kid plays so calm, cool, and collective, making great passes and big-time plays.
And right now, West York has their biggest lead of the game at 9, 35-27. Hasn't been many points scored in this game. It was a zone defense that Big Spring came out in. West York shot horrendous from the three-point line from the first half. Didn't have an opportunity to hit any, big-time shots. And right now, they're up by 9 points.
Well, and we said Big Springs averages 55 points per game. West York averages 63 points per game, and we have a 35-27 game here.
Yeah. It's that District 3 playoff atmosphere, You're not always going to meet your average. You just got to come out with a win. And right now, West York is in their own zone, in a 2-3 zone, daring Big Spring to shoot a 3. And that's maybe in travel. That's a steal.
That's a big-time turnover.
Mark Walker all the way to the bucket, and he's fouled. Every team needs a guy like Mark Walker, right? Has speed, has energy, just goes out there and gives you what you need. Doesn't have really a title, just comes off the bench as a fire spark. And he's doing a great job tonight. And he's been doing that pretty much all the games that we watched so far. Let's see how he is from the free throw line.
Big shout out to the Wagners who are watching from North Carolina.
And Mark knocks down the second free throw. And right now, Big Spring has to be in go mode. They're trying to get Chris Ward open, but they have to be in go mode, look for their own shots. Don't have that much time to set up the offense.
Somebody's going to have to create something right now.
And that's a deep 3. And he's been off all game.
And that's going to be a foul by number 21. So what we're going to see in this next minute is a lot of fouls.
And that was a foul by number 21, Jesse Bernheisel. He's a senior guard listed at 5'8". And, how sweet is it to win a district home game at home, Well,
that's going to, I believe, West York is the number 2 seed. So if they win, or shall I say when they win tonight, they'll be hosting the next round.
Yeah, and we possibly could be there for that game as well. We always encourage the fans, if you can't make it to the game, you can watch our live telecast, but we encourage the fans to come to the gym, feel the atmosphere, support the student athletes. They put a lot of hard work in, and we like to expose and put them on a bigger platform, and we really encourage the student athletes to do what they do on the court and on the field because we love to see it. Jake now bringing the ball up the court, number 20. And right now, the student body for West York is starting to say it's all over. Jake Nouse with the pump fake, 3, and knocks it down. I can see Jake Nouse, number 20 for Big Spring, being a fan favorite. Like I said, again, a smaller guy, but, plays at his own pace, and crashes the board. And just a well-balanced basketball player, number 20 for Big Spring. Just knocked down that crucial 3 to cut the lead to 7. And any fouls are going to send West York to the line shooting a double.
Big shout out to the little Bulldogs that are here tonight. I see a lot of the youth here watching the game as a team, sitting together, making some notes, maybe just checking out their favorite players.
Yeah, and the future looks really bright for West York. They have a lot of younger players that's coming through the program that's going to be on this court and putting up a lot of points and helping West York win teams. So West York is definitely on the rise as far as around York County. Want to give a shout out to one of our fans watching from Wisconsin. They said the game is electric. It is a lot of fire here tonight. And again, you guys tune in. We'll be back tomorrow for the West York girls game, district game, tomorrow night, held here at West York.
I see the West York girls coach here watching the game. Maybe he's getting in the district mood.
Absolutely. You want to be a part of that atmosphere. And that's the game plan for Big Spring. They're going to foul and then send West York to the line.
Well, not only that, but West York's entire game plan right now would be exactly what they did towards the end of the Eastern game. Get A.J. Williams the ball.
Yep.
Get him to the foul line.
Absolutely. Play some keep away and get A.J. Williams to the line. And this is, as you said, similar to how they won against Eastern York. Eastern York pretty much fouled.
And we're in double bonus now. So that's 2 shots every time. I'm getting the ball to A.J. Williams at the foul line.
I haven't seen A.J. Williams miss a foul shot in probably about 2 games now. And there it is. I jinxed him. That happens like that, right? But still, he went 1 for 2 from the line. Matthew Ward, the leading scorer for Big Spring. And right now, there's too much time being taken off the clock for Big Spring. They have to get a shot of Tucker Lowry. In and out. And that's the tale of the night. In and out. And that's what it's been. Nice follow for number 30, Seth Griffey. Nice outlet. Reverse, not good. And here it comes, Big Spring. 15 seconds, they got to get a quick shot.
That layup right there.
They got to get a pass up. He's wasting time. They wasted 6 seconds.
Wow, big strip. Gets the ball back.
And that's the game, I believe, Brandy. Great move.
And West York takes home the first round of districts. Let's go, Bulldogs.
Absolutely, great job. And it was a battle of both Bulldogs because Big Spring is also called Bulldogs. But tonight it was all about West York getting that crucial win. It wasn't that pretty, but you got to find different ways to win different games, and that's what West York did tonight.
They're definitely going to spend some time cleaning that up. I can tell they're going to go in the film room after that. Great ball game by both teams. They played their hearts out, super close. Just remember, we're not doing a player of the game, but you can also still determine who the player of the game is.
Yeah, and the reason why we don't do player of the game during playoff games, because we know the big goal is to get to the championship game. We don't want to highlight this one individual or 2 individuals. So once they get to that championship game and we film that game, we will be giving out player of the games and things like that. We know it's a tournament, so we want the players to stay locked in, know it's not an individual thing, and it's a team. It's a team chemistry and a team win.
Got some quick messages. People would like to do some shout outs. So to the Hoffman boys, they are twins coming up through West York, Grady and Luke. Future GOATs, shall we say.
There it is.
Shout out to, again, all the young Bulldogs that are out there. And big plays tonight by A.J. Williams, Jaden Walker. Big rebounds by Javon DeShields. We had some great layups there towards the end of the game by Javon.
Yeah, and Big Spring came out and did a great job. They played their game. I just believe that zone defense they were in kind of was their downfall towards the end because West York starting to figure it out, get the ball to the high post, turn, and then you have a guy down low, and they couldn't really keep up with that. So big shout out to Coach Bull for sticking with his game plan throughout the whole game, even though that zone defense was working almost.
That rhythm. Question out there is, do we only do West York games? The answer is no. We do a lot of games.
Absolutely.
We do a lot of different games, Central, York High, Northeastern, Eastern. But right now, we have some sponsors that specifically want us to televise this game. And West York seems to be had.
Yeah, and again, West York's right in our backyard. Only one team from Division One went to the district, and that's Redline. There's a couple other teams from Division Two that went, but West York's right in our backyard, so we want to give a shout out and also film their games if possible. And they have sponsors, so anywhere that a game is available, we're pretty much at. But if you want to see some of our other games from this year all the way to 2017, go to our YouTube page, Sports Shooting Stars, or White Rose Community Television, and all our games are there, from football, basketball, volleyball, BK Classics, so many different things that we are a part of as far as filming. And it's not about us, it's always about the kids.
And just one more thank you to our sponsors tonight. We have Thornton Automotive Dover, located on Route 74 in Dover at 3885 Carlisle Road, Dover, right across the street from Max Ice Cream. Thornton has a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, over 150 to choose from. Legends League, an adult and high school basketball league run out of the YMCA of Shrewsbury, less than 15 miles from York. The Legends League is ran by Susquehannocks JV coach Jay Hughes and Travis Bowman. Endless Work Training with Dave Linder. Training is primarily done at Helen Thaxton Middle School, but they are willing to travel to you if need be. Trainer Dave Linder focuses strictly on basketball. They have a unique device called the Vertimax. It helps athletes increase their jump. Thank you again to all of our sponsors. Last but not least, Inch & Company, their premier real estate company in central Pennsylvania, located at 400 Elmwood Boulevard, York, PA. You can contact them at 717-683-6839. So thank you again to all our sponsors. We couldn't do it without you.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be remiss to say again, go Bulldogs.
Right.
Completely love them. Can't wait to see the girls take on their round tomorrow.
Absolutely. And another quick shout out also to Wes Meyer of Thornton Automotive Dover. He's the one that really wanted to get these West York games on TV, contacted us. Big shout out to them. And all the sponsors throughout the whole year, but in particular the playoff sponsors that have been, still supporting the program. And we really appreciate that. This is our 7th game in 9 days, and it's been very hectic because both of us have full-time jobs. So, just to be here and doing this has been somewhat of a marathon. Also want to give a big shout out to Belinda Morales. Like I said, another full-time worker that comes here and does all the filming for us. Cliff Kern, want to give a shout out to him as well. He's somewhere distant, remotely, making sure everything's going accordingly tonight. And, he's eating dinner somewhere and relaxing, but big shout out to Cliff Kern. He's a big, huge, and big asset to, to our program. And take a look at all our stuff on Sports Shooting Stars on Facebook, on Instagram, and Twitter. We have more games coming up. Any sponsors that's interested in any game, we're willing to go to, as long as it's reasonable and, something that we can do and it's in our schedule. But for tonight, we want to say thank you to everyone as we sign off, and we'll be back tomorrow with the girls game, and we'll highlight that and, go West York for the time being.